the initial stages of food foresting. We're going to talk about how you establish a food forest. Once the soil has been conditioned to allow the germination of your cover crop seeds, we're starting to condition the soil with organic matter created by these little nitrogen fixers. These little plants here are putting their roots down. They're going to add nitrogen and organic matter, and we're starting a process of preparation from these little tiny annual plants that grow really fast into a perennial permanent food forest. Let's go on to the next stage after this. Here we are, up they come, growing really fast. Little field peas, lupin and vetch. This is our winter cover crop, getting things ready for our food forest pioneer planting. Next stage, here we are in a summer cover crop. We've changed season and they've grown quite well. They've put down good roots. There'll be nitrogen down here in the ground. Lots of nodules, little nodules here. There's our little nitrogen fixing nodule colony of rhizobium bacteria. We're about to chop and drop these. We've already planted, we've got tree stakes. We've already planted legume trees to help out in the canopy. We've got fast-growing pioneer trees here. We've got some clumping plants. We've got some fruit trees. Here's a feijoa. We've got some mixtures of fast-growing legume canopy trees. We've got a ground cover in the ground. Let's have a look what we do next. Here we are actually working the food forest up for the first time in its establishment. Angie's doing some chop and drop in here on a minor scale with a little rice knife, and we're putting down a little bit of extra legume seed. This is our winter cover crop going onto our summer chop and drop weeds and summer cover crop. So we're moving succession forward as fast as we can to get the establishment of a productive mixture of trees in a food forest. And we've got a little bit of extra inoculant in the water. This is bacteria that we've bought from the farm supplies, specifically to make sure these little seeds fix nitrogen really well. Here we are at that next stage. The mulch has been chopped, it's only small. The little seeds are in here. They've all been scattered and they're about to germinate. We've had some rain, or we could have irrigated things, it wouldn't matter. The perennial ground covers here, sweet potato in this case. There's mangoes and ice cream beans and native Australian trees. It wouldn't matter. It's an assembly of trees that will live together as we help them pioneer into this forest of diversity. So, little feijoa here and a whole mixture of trees. Every one of these bamboo stakes is indicating something we've planted into the system. Let's have a look at the next stage of germination after this. On again from the next stage. The mulch has already started to rot down and fertilise the soil, feed the soil actually, and our little ground cover's coming back up through the weed mulch. It's got a nice even cover. It's going to take that ground cover control again. We're going to control by rampancy, and our perennial cover crop is growing bigger and bigger. Our legume trees are on the way to help with the canopy. Little fruit trees, a little bit slow, but they're coming through behind. Everything's well supported. Time lapsing forward again. Everything's a little bit larger. The perennial ground cover's taking over and it's doing its job. Our fruit trees are coming up. We've got more diversity now. We've got pumpkins and a few rampant wild vegetables. Our legume trees are getting up to 1.5 meters high, and our fruit trees are coming through. This is the next stage. Everything's getting easier now, and our soil is getting richer with organic matter. There's just tons of organic matter down on the ground. We're moving towards the forest. Let's move forward now. Let's jump forward a year or two and see what's happened. Now, we have total control on the ground. Now we have some quite large fruit trees around us, and the legume trees are getting a little bit bigger all the time. If we just pan around, we can see that we're in quite an established system. It's starting to very much stabilise now. This is starting to get to be that diversity that becomes a very stable system. Here we are after 5 years. We've got a complete assembly now, and we've got mixtures of plants supporting each other, things are fruiting. We're in production. There's guavas and tamarillos and citrus and bananas, all kinds of mixtures of trees. Probably 50 varieties of fruit tree in here. And there's already chickens coming through here. We're free-ranging poultry through this system, and it's quite self-maintaining. Easy system to maintain now. We're going towards a canopy food forest. It's going to be extremely easy. Let's go on to the next stage. Are you following me? We're in the food forest. We're in a canopy. The legume trees have taken over their role of supporting the canopy and cycling nutrient. There's avocados and Brazil cherries. There's mixtures here. The custard apples are fruiting right now. We've had bananas out of here all the time. There's a whole mixture of fruit trees here. This now is a forest. You can't stop this now. You have to physically remove it. Even without maintenance, this continues to exist as a forest ecology, majoring in fruit trees. You can bring up the production by manipulating the support species to allow more sun, faster cycling of nutrient. But this is a forest. This is a classic food forest. The maintenance now is just a matter of cycling a little bit of organic matter. Most of it's woody form, and you don't really have to bend over very much, and all you have to use is a sharp edge tool. Welcome to food foresting. Have fun.